Okay, this is another video. I want to say hello to everybody. This video definitely I'll be sharing about the waiting period. You know, um, after the removal of the lump, I had to wait, and everybody knows that waiting is not something that you know, not everything you have to wait for that, that, really comes that you feel excited about. Many times we are anxious. It's a period where there's so much anxiety, especially if it has to do with health. And you have to run a test and have to wait for the result. Then this time I had to wait 4 weeks plus, to get the result of the biopsy. And that was quite a long wait. And I, I, I definitely have to, find a way around it because I was just thinking, what am I going to do these 4 weeks that I'm having? No, I have to wait, to get the result of this. And I just thought about it because that period, was a period I was telling you I was trying to process a visa, for my trip to the US, and then unfortunately, there are no dates coming where I had to go drop my passport, for the processing of the visa. There are no dates available, so just had to, put that aside because we're talking about me, and what I was going for was a July program, and so I just let us leave this one first. So there was no need to proceed for that. So I just had to leave that. Even that would have occupied my mind. I would have been preparing, I'm going to travel and all that. So, okay. So if I don't have that, what am I going to do? You know. So I just thought about it that, okay, I guess my mind needs to be occupied because at that time, my prayers were not no particular focus. I'll pray here and there, you know. My thoughts were really I was anxious. I was definitely anxious. And then I just said, okay, the best thing for me, I need to have a conversation with God. A deep conversation, actually, a deep conversation. And I had to tell God that I need to find peace at this time I'm waiting, this waiting period. I need to have peace of mind, you know. And then I just, you know, talked to God about how I was feeling. And then, and one of it was just more, what are my fears? Because I'd had encouragement from those that knew what I was going through. And people would now say, don't worry, that positive encouragement. Oh, don't worry, everything will turn out well, the result will be clean, you don't have to know. So just positive, trust God. I say, God, now I'm with you. I want to trust you. But here is my fear. And I think I need to walk through that fear and overcome it for me to have peace. Because that's what I want. I want peace at this time of waiting. And then, what's the fear? What's the fear? And the fear was basically, I will die if it's cancer. Because I heard that cancer kills, you know. And sincerely, around me at that point in time, there are a lot of cases of death, from cancer. So that was my scare. And I told God that I'm scared, I will die because I know that we'll die someday. I know that's inevitable. But when you now know, okay, this thing that you're in will lead to your death, it's just something like I know when Jesus, just knew that he was going to die through this, whatever, and all that. And, he was still doing good things and he was still doing many things that and not sure that he was anxious at all, but in my own case, I was, even though I've not even gotten the results. And that's how fear can kill. Yeah, it does, can kill. And so I had to talk with God, I had to go through scriptures, okay, it's about death. And not that when a Christian dies, I have to go through all that to study, to understand, why why am I afraid and why I should not be afraid, you know. And that's how it went on and on. And then I just had to I just had to go through. You had to break through it, through that fear. I had to, just think that, yes, I know last will die, but that doesn't mean that I know I'm dying now. And then I just and, having that conversation regularly with God as I'm studying the Bible, I'm getting to understand, you know. So the truth of the matter is that I just had to renew. I just had to renew, my faith. I had to renew my relationship with God, and making it, real, you know, getting to know God, real God, getting to understand Him, understand the purpose of my life here, something that I know I do, but it's deeper than that. I just had to go deeper, you know, and to do or get this understanding, you know, and and that was how I just started studying my Bible and then prayed. My prayer now became more focused. I used the Bible, my prayer became focused, and I started getting less anxious, and I started relaxing. When I started understanding who God is, what all this is all about, and everything. And then it became something that I started enjoying. I started enjoying because I started having joy. I started enjoying and started having joy in all this that I was now going through, you know. And then I found out that, okay, this is a good place to be. And most of my prayers were just thanksgiving, thanking God for giving me the opportunity, another chance of renewing myself, of of um of finding fulfillment in this journey that I'm in this heavenly journey I am in. Because I've been a disciple for years, quite a number of years, and then I was still afraid of death. So that means I had a long way to go. So I had to do that. And I started thanking him for that chance. Because why it's another chance is that some people don't have it. Some people might just die in their sleep, might have an accident and die. Some people just sudden death. That's how we call it. It's a sudden death. And but for me, I saw that it was just more God saying, okay, you need to walk more, work on this, work on this relationship. You know, get secure in this relationship that you are with me. And that was it. That was it. So I kept thanking God for that opportunity. It's a big one for me. It was like, God, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you so much. That whatever comes out of this is definitely, going to keep me on my toes more. Keep me on my toes all the time, just knowing that you are God, and you're very faithful. And then there's nothing you cannot do, especially for the fact that, one day I will see your face, So I have to be prepared for that because only the holy that does sees his face. So I have to prepare for that. So that's what I went through during this time, thinking and studying my Bible, more focused at this time, more focused at this time. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that time. And I'm not prepared. Well, come what me, come what me. If it's cancer, I'm good to go. And if it's not cancer, this continues. My life continues, in a more purposeful way, and something I'm going to enjoy, because getting to know God is so deep, no matter how much, but knowing Him consistently and staying there faithful, it's a good place to be. And so that's it. I spend my waiting time doing that and just hoping that, what comes, it's good. It will be good because this is the way God wants it to be. And that's how my waiting time ended. I really, it was like, so one can have peace. I had peace. I had joy, and that's what I still enjoy up to today. It started from then, and sincerely, by the time the result came out, That's what I'll talk about in my next video. Thank you so much for being there. Bye.